Holders of Vipingo Beach Resort that owns the Vipingo property in Kilifi County, the one the Honorable Chonga was speaking about. Rigathi Gachagua told Kenyans on national TV that this property is still owned by the family and therefore is still part of the estate. Keith Ikino and Kevin Gachagua, his sons, were not joint will executors of the estate of Nderitu Gachagua. And the owners who are listed on this CR12 is Keith Ikino Rigathi, Kevin Gachagua Rigathi, and the estate of the deceased James Nderitu Gachagua. It is a rather ingenious way of trying to hide behind the estate of his late brother. And how shameful, Honorable Speaker, that the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya would hide behind the veil of the estate of his late brother to disguise what is outright proceeds of crime, because he is the purchaser of this property, and that is why his two sons are listed as directors and shareholders of Vipingo Beach Resort. But he was on national TV telling Kenyans, this is a property that belongs to the family, and we have decided to keep it. This is a House of Records, Honorable Speaker, and it is good we gave the Honorable Rigathi Gachagua an opportunity to be heard so that we can expose his lies in broad daylight or this early in the evening. And I want to tell Kenyans and all of you members, save this country from this dark face, Honorable Speaker, honorable members. Save this country, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, because of time, I know there was alluding, Honorable Speaker, if you look at the time this company, Vipingo Beach Resort, was formed, it was founded on 5th August 2008. I would guess if Keith Gachagua is 31 years old today, at the time this company was registered, he was only 15 years old or 14 years old. He cannot have been listed as a director. His younger brother must have been 12 or 13. For heaven's sake, Deputy President, give some credit. Honorable Speaker, we also had the issue of shareholding, Honorable Speaker. And we were told that in our coalition agreements, Honorable Speaker, and you are then the leader of Ford Kenya, and you know you never subscribed to shareholding in our coalition agreements within Kenya Kwanza. Anybody who subscribed to the Kenya Kwanza coalition was subscribing not to shares, but to an ideology, a shared ideology, not shareholding, as Rigathi Gachagua wants Kenyans to believe. Honorable Speaker, let me finish by saying, Honorable Speaker, that the mountain is intact. The mountain is intact. The mountain is intact. The mountain is intact. The mountain is named after Kenya because it belongs to all the people of Kenya. We must end ethnic balkanization.
Give him another 2-3 minutes.
Honorable Speaker, I was saying to conclude, to end the balkanization of our country into ethnic fiefdoms under the control of warlords, we must send Rigathi Gachagua home today. To end divisive politics in our country, Rigathi must. To end the culture of impunity, conflict of interest, abuse of office, state capture, and corruption in high office, Rigathi must. For accountability, for there to be integrity in the political governance of our country, Rigathi Gachagua must. For leaders in high office to bear policy and political responsibility, Rigathi Gachagua must. For national unity, for the fight against graft to bear fruit, for peace and prosperity of our nation as one indivisible whole, one nation under one flag, one people who love their country, who love peace, who want to see a cohesive and working government serving them. Rigathi Mas? Rigathi Mas? I submit. Rigathi Mas, go.
Thank you. Order. Honorable members, order. The honorable mover has donated his time as follows. Charles Nguna, CNN, you'll start with 2 minutes. Omboko Milemba will follow with 3 minutes. Peter Kaluma will follow with 10 minutes, and then he himself 15 minutes. So, CNN, Charles Nguna.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, let me thank the Kenyans who just expressed their views during public participation on this matter, Mr. Speaker. And to add this, I keenly followed and listened to the Deputy President yesterday, His Excellency. And Mr. Speaker, based on all what is said, we saw a lot of differences, rift, contradictions, divisions, which are totally eminent we are going to have in future, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, it is inevitable that we are going to have battleground between His Excellency the DP and His Excellency the President. And when the bulls fight, Mr. Speaker, grass suffers, Mr. Speaker. And it's that's why I'm saying that if we continue keeping one of them in the office, Mr. Speaker, Kenyans are going to suffer most, Mr. Speaker. And based on my wisdom, for prosperity and also for development, for what we call prosperity and patriotism, and for us to live in an amicable manner and peaceful manner, Mr. Speaker, we have to separate the two bulls, Mr. Speaker. And the motion today, it is for Rigathi to go, not for William Samoei Ruto. With those few remarks, Mr. Speaker, I support.
Omboko Milemba.
Honorable Speaker, there's a question which makes me stand to speak on. And I want Kenyans and possibly the members who can listen to me to realize that one issue that has not been answered consistently is the question of chairs. Yesterday I listened to the Deputy President and today also. Whenever he's asked about chairs, Honorable
Members,
Speaker,
can we reduce our levels of conversation?
thank you, Honorable Speaker. Whenever he's asked about the issue of chairs, he picks ANC party agreement and Ford Kenya party agreement. And instead of answering that question, he hides in it. Finally, Honorable Speaker, I'm now holding the reply by Honorable Gachagua, and on page 333, the agreement is annexed. And I want to demonstrate to this parliament that what you have been told was wrong. Because that agreement does not talk about just power sharing for a region. He has avoided intentionally to read the entire paragraph, which says that the sharing of the political parties will also depending further on the need to achieve an inclusive government that reflects the face of Kenya, including the need to accommodate the representation of any future member party and all regions of Kenya. He avoided to read that and therefore gives an impression that there was a power sharing agreement which only confined ANC party to Western only, when ANC party is a national party. Look at this, Honorable Speaker. The only member of the ANC party we nominated was Honorable Dena Hamisi, who comes from Kwale and not Western. So this is an issue which has not been tackled. Two, he is unable to deal with Senior Counsel Tienda Molo's assertion in the morning that how would you elevate the agreements of a political party beyond the Constitution of Kenya? It's very important that as you make your decision, you get that this was a false lie. Finally, Honorable Speaker, in all this we have seen all the techniques of card stacking, of propaganda, which include card stacking, emotional appeal, branding, and that's why we have seen the name of the president being dragged in this matter today. I think the motion on the floor is for the makanga, it's not for the driver. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I support.
I have been advised by the mover that Lillian Kogo will take 2 minutes and Kaluma 8 minutes instead of 10. Lillian Kogo.
I thank you so much, Honorable Speaker, and I want to thank all the members who have contributed to this motion. I rise to support. I had not given my voice to it, but Honorable Speaker, as you were speaking earlier, Honorable Speaker, I believe the Honorable Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya was following the proceedings of this House. And one of the matters, Honorable Speaker, that came out so clearly, Honorable Speaker, was the insult on women, Honorable Speaker. Women form a substantive position in this country's national development, Honorable Speaker. And Honorable Speaker, I expected that when the Deputy President came to this House, he was going to address this matter on a special way, Honorable Speaker. But I did not listen. I did not hear him. I did not hear the Deputy Speaker say when, where, how. The Deputy President, sorry. I did not hear the Deputy President, one Honorable Rigathi Gachagua, answer to the question of saying that one noble member of this House, the Honorable Jemachia, is a Malaya, Honorable Speaker. It concerns me, and I wanted the Honorable Rigathi Gachagua to tell this House where, how, when, who witnessed him sleep with one Jemachia and how he felt. We wanted to know, because we are not going to allow women to be used with derogatory language moving forward, Honorable Speaker. It is nobody's choice to be a Malaya. These are mothers. It is nobody's choice to be a Malaya. These are our sisters. It is not...
Time up. Peter Kaluma. Peter Kaluma. Peter Kaluma. Honorable members.
I thank you. Yeah, Honorable Speaker, I thank you in a very special way. Honorable Speaker, I have this benefit of speaking after listening both to the mover of the motion and to the Deputy President, who is the subject matter of this motion. And so, Honorable Speaker, I can look at it from all perspectives. Honorable Speaker, allow me to start by saying that I listened to the Deputy President, as I did to Honorable Mutuse, with the mind of a lawyer, looking at how the grounds have been addressed, their particulars, and how they have been addressed by the two respective parties. And Honorable Speaker, let me begin by saying that I don't know what happened, but we had Honorable Mutuse presented before this assembly a motion seeking to impeach the Deputy President on up to 11 grounds. And Honorable Speaker, I don't know whether it is by act of omission or commission, or it is just the nature of some people. The deputy president focused on those matters concerning property, money, integrity, procurement, forgetting the most fundamental issues. And I want to say that even when he addressed those money issues, there are very patent gaps going to constitutional violations which are stated in the motion to be gross. I expected the deputy president, for instance, to use the opportunity you accorded him, Honorable Speaker, to explain that SMS which came from his son Ikunu Gachagua on the bid bond issue involving that company. No mention of that at all. Honorable Speaker, before I go to the matters I want to address in substance, let me thank you, the Honorable Speaker of the National Assembly, for ensuring that the process this House is going through has been very fair. And in doing so, Honorable Speaker, for according and upholding and protecting the provisions of Article 47 of the Constitution. I hear people still saying that the courts will intervene. But I'm thanking you for this, Honorable Speaker, because the only time the courts intervene is if we have not secured a party procedural fairness. This motion was advertised across the country for the participation of Kenyans. And Honorable Speaker, allow me to reiterate this short data in 1 minute. 146,429 Kenyans said that the deputy president should be impeached. And that, Honorable Speaker, constitutes 65.11% of the people of Kenyans. 76,026 of Kenyans said the deputy president should not be impeached, coming to 33.8% of those Kenyans. Honorable Speaker, 2,452 Kenyans said Kufa Makanga, Kufa Dereva, and those other things. And there are the others. And Honorable Speaker, in terms of our constituency, which is Homa Bay Town constituency, 1,080 Kenyans whom I represent said the deputy president should be impeached. And Honorable Speaker, that constitutes 89.81% of the population of the people of Homa Bay who are duly notified. 54 Kenyans in Homa Bay Town constituency, constituting 5%, said the deputy president should not be impeached. And then 56, which is another percentage there, said other things, including Kufa driver, Kufa Makanga. Honorable Speaker, let me clarify this other issue also. That the courts have persistently and consistently said that public participation must be meaningful. If public participation should be meaningful, and Honorable Speaker, you made it so open, at the county headquarters involving all constituencies, and then all constituency offices remained open on that day, and you notified it to the public, Honorable Speaker, following that order of court, then really, there is nothing much for us to continue debating here. If public participation is to be meaningful, then the Kenyans have spoken. And as their representatives, we can only give meaning to what they say during public participation by securing what they have said, which is that the deputy president should be impeached. Honorable Speaker, because I'm running fast, let me say that this constitution has been termed a living document. And Honorable Speaker, if you look at ground one, people take it lightly. But Honorable Speaker, the idea of the unity of our nation has been the one thing which has been disturbing the people of Kenya in terms of being a nation for very long. Honorable Speaker, allow me to read the preamble of the Constitution. And this is what it says. We, the people of Kenya, proud of our ethnic, cultural, and religious diversity, and determined to live in peace and unity as one indivisible sovereign nation. When the Kenyans were making this constitution, they identified the need for unity as one people, as one thing they are to deal with. Honorable Speaker, I request the members to look at Article 4, Sub-Article 2 of the Constitution. It says Kenya is a multi-party democratic state founded on the national values and principles of governance under Article 10 of the Constitution. And Honorable Speaker, people have said so many things about this Constitution. But let me say today, before this House, Honorable Speaker, that Article 10 of the Constitution, if this spirit has a soul, if this Constitution has a spirit, then you can only find it in Article 10 of the Constitution. At Article 10, Sub-Article 2, those national values which were identified by the people of Kenya during constitution making as the things which Kenya needs to address are the following, Honorable Speaker. Patriotism, national unity, sharing and devolution of power, the rule of law, democracy and participation of the people, human dignity, equity, social justice, inclusiveness, equality, human rights, non-discrimination, and protection of the marginalized. Honorable Speaker, at the very heart of a nation is equal ownership and equal sharing in the resources of the nation. It cannot be therefore, Honorable Speaker, that a state officer at the level of the deputy president is singing to other Kenyans how they are shareholders and they don't belong to this country. And Honorable Speaker, it saddens me that having given him the opportunity, the deputy president did not proffer a defense, the deputy president did not offer an apology, but the deputy president said other people are also doing it. Honorable Speaker, let me say an impeachment motion proceeds in personam. It proceeds against a specific person. You may say Kufa Dereva, Kufa Makanga.
Give him 1 minute to wind up. Wind up, Kaluma.
Thank you. Honorable Speaker, it does not matter. This motion we have is against a person. You cannot have a motion for impeachment against Kaluma and somebody. Those who are saying Kufa driver, Kufa Makamba, bring the driver and we will also consider it on the merit. And on account of that, Honorable Speaker, this person must go. Honorable Speaker, in the few seconds remaining, let me say that when Westgate came under attack, I lost a cousin in the name of Jackton Port. He was the first one to be shot there. When Garissa University came under attack, Honorable Speaker, I lost Solomon Oludo from Marindi, a son of our land I educated at Ubiero Primary School. Honorable Speaker, we have no problem holding the security apparatus of the nation, to account. But Honorable Speaker, we cannot have a situation where you talk that recklessly in public about our national intelligence service being dysfunctional. For a state which is permanently under terror, target, and attack. And by the way, in the Security Committee, each minute, we are fighting terrorists. You cannot speak that way and come back and say it is normal. Honorable Speaker, how can you be a principal assistant to the president when each time the president leaves the country, you are organizing rallies to incite ethnic animosity against your own government? Honorable Speaker, how can you be a principal assistant to His Excellency the President when the President is having a press conference in Nairobi and you are having a separate one instead of standing with him to calm the nation from Mombasa to say that the President, in fact, there is a problem and is a dysfunction in government?
Time up. Mutuse, you have 15 minutes.
Very good. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Before I begin my reply to the motion, please allow me to table additional documents, being a newspaper advert that was placed by His Excellency the Deputy President in today's newspapers, and also the video recording of his speech yesterday, because they are material to these proceedings.
Go ahead. Request granted.
Mr. Speaker, I have tabled the two documents, electronic and physical, because during the course of this debate, members in many instances had referred to them, and therefore it is only fair that they are part of the record. Number two, Mr. Speaker, allow me to thank...
The documents were available to me earlier, and I ruled that they are admitted.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
I want to be very brief because I know the National Assembly of the Republic of Kenya wants to make a decision on the matter of impeachment of His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua. Mr. Speaker, to begin with is to thank colleague members of Parliament from both sides of the House for the robust debate in terms of the motion that we presented before the House this morning. Mr. Speaker, I also want to thank Kenyans in their millions from all over the Republic, because in the course of this debate, Kenyans have been commending, Kenyans have been exercising their democratic right through public participation, through their right to odd opinions, and we have not witnessed a single incident of violence anywhere in the Republic. There had been vitisho that if you table an impeachment motion for a person of the magnitude of the Deputy President, there may be violence, people will lose lives, but I thank Kenyans because Kenyans have proven once again that we are a peaceful country and we are able to engage in our democratic processes without violence. Mr. Speaker, allow me to re-examine some of the few issues that have come through the response. First is to let Kenyans know that His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua has filed a response of 501 pages, and the response has come at 4 p.m., and I was only being able to be given the response about an hour ago. And therefore, in terms of the doctrine of equality of arms, I feel that I needed adequate time so that I may be able, during my reply, to respond to some of the things that he has raised in his response. However, be that as it may, I want to refer members to page 99 of his response. In the morning, I did tell members that His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua has acquired properties through corruption and through money laundering. And when he has come before this House, he has told you that the hotel that he acquired in Nyeri was acquired through a loan. However, the only document exhibited as evidence of that loan is a letter of offer from Credit Bank Limited. There is no evidence exhibited by Mr. Rigathi Gachagua, the current Deputy President, to the effect that the loan was actually finalized, to the effect that he actually got the loan. Mr. Speaker, as a term of the letter of offer, in terms of lien and set-off, and I read, a lien and set-off of a fixed deposits of LN Crystal Kenya Limited for an aggregate amount of 300 million Kenya shillings. Interest accrued shall be credited to your deposit settlement account. Mr. Speaker, in simple terms, what this means is that Mr. Rigathi Gachagua had a fixed amount in cash of 300 million in his account, which was going to be used as a security. I asked Mr. Rigathi Gachagua to tell us where he had gotten these 300 million, if my allegations that he's laundering money are not true. And therefore, by virtue of his response, it confirms my assertions that he has monies, he has wealth, he has cash that is suspect. If you may give me my phone. In terms of whether Kenya is a company or not.
Do you want information from member for West Mugirango?
Yes, you may.
Go ahead.
Mr. Speaker, I want to inform the Honorable Mutuse that the director for Credit Bank Kenya Limited is one Grace Nyachai, who hails from Nyeri and is a relative of His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua, and therefore I say no more.
I thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, It is important for this House to note that in the morning, I did present evidence of suspicious money transactions. I did present evidence that His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua, either by himself or through relatives or through proxies, has acquired properties that are way beyond his known sources of income, and that evidence remains uncontroverted. Turning, Mr. Speaker, to the issue of whether Kenya is a company owned by shareholders. Mr. Rigathi Gachagua is playing with the intelligence of members of parliament and with the intelligence of Kenyans by attempting to twist facts. First, in terms of the law, companies are registered under the Companies Act. They are not registered under the Political Parties Act. So to come before Kenyans and to say that there were coalition agreements registered and therefore those coalition agreements are companies is to play around with our intelligence, because we know companies are registered under the Companies Act, they are not registered under the Political Parties Act. Further, Mr. Speaker, this Rigathi Gachagua was selectively chosen the sections of the Kenya Kwanza coalition agreement to rely on, and he has failed to read the document in whole. Under clause 20 of the Kenya Kwanza coalition agreement, that clause provides as follows: that there is need to achieve an inclusive government that reflects the face of Kenya. Rigathi Gachagua chose not to tell us that the coalition agreement also talked about the face of Kenya and not a company of some people to the exclusion of others. Clause 6 of the Kenya Kwanza coalition agreement provides for respect for constitutionalism. The articles of the Constitution that I stated. It provides for respect to the rule of law. It provides for respect to the national values and principles of government under Article 10. And it provides for respect to devolution. Mr. Rigathi Gachagua did not tell us that. Clause 22G of the coalition agreement among the Kenya Kwanza political parties provides that there will be adjustments that may be necessary to accommodate the development priorities of other parts of the country to ensure equitable distribution of Kenya's national resources and wealth for the benefit of every citizen and every part of Kenya. This Mr. Rigathi Gachagua could not tell you because it was going to destroy his case. And therefore, honorable members, I urge you to find that Mr. Rigathi Gachagua, in his assertions about shareholding and a company, it was not in reference to political parties, it was in reference to regions, it was in reference to communities, and the evidence that we provided remains uncontroverted, and this ground must be confirmed. Mr. Speaker, on the issue of KEMSA, again, to show a man who is a flip-flop, yesterday on live television, Honorable Rigathi Gachagua admitted that he personally called Dr. Andrew Mulwa by his own phone yesterday on television. Today, appearing before us, he denies that he did not call him. So, which part of his testimony do we believe? Do we believe the testimony that he gave yesterday on national television, that he did call Dr. Andrew Mulwa, and that he sent his own son to Dr. Andrew Mulwa to collect the bid bond? Or do we believe the testimony that he has brought today, altered testimony that he has brought today? I urge you to find that Mr. Rigathi Gachagua indeed did call to influence investigations. On the issue of cabinet, Mr. Speaker, if you may allow me just 1 minute. On the issue of cabinet resolution, he has admitted and proceeded to justify that despite the existence of a valid cabinet decision in a cabinet meeting that he sat, he chose to defy that cabinet decision. And for that reason, Mr. Gachagua, by his own admission, must be removed from government. Mr. Speaker, as I conclude, this is the National Assembly of the Republic of Kenya. And for the National Assembly of the Republic of Kenya to assert its constitutional authority, Mr. Rigathi Gachagua must be impeached today. I urge members. Mr. Rigathi Gachagua, we have heard from members here, has made inflammatory remarks against the women of the Republic. For the respect of the women of the Republic of Kenya, Mr. Rigathi Gachagua must be impeached today.
We have heard that Mr. Rigathi Gachagua has disinherited the widows of his own brother. And for the widows of Kenya, beginning from Madeira, to be safe, Mr. Rigathi Gachagua must be impeached today. And therefore, I urge members to find favor with my motion from clause 1 to clause 11. And as you vote to impeach Mr. Rigathi Gachagua. I thank you, Mr. Speaker,
I beg to move.
and I beg to move.
Thank you. Honorable members on their feet, take your seats. Take your seats. Take your seats. Brighton, take your seats. Today you are very mobile. Honorable members, order. Honorable members, Honorable Jeho, take your seat. Honorable members, we are coming to the end of this motion. And before I put the question, this is one motion where there is no voice vote. We'll go straight into division, so that no ayes have it at the putting of the question. The House Business Committee yesterday deliberated on the manner of voting, and it was unanimously agreed that there will be a roll call vote. There will be a roll call vote. That being the case, we should be done, if we are orderly, we should be done in the next 30 minutes to 40 minutes, maximum 1 hour. When we start voting, order. When we start voting, I'll instruct the clerk and the teller, having conducted yourselves exemplarily well, any member who precedes his or her vote with a preamble or a speech or a statement will be a spoiled vote. Once you are called, order. The vote is simply yes or no. Time for speeches have extinguished in the debate. I now put the question. Of course, there are always three: yes, no, abstention. Order, member for West Mugirango. There's nothing out of order. Honorable members, I now put the question, which is that, pursuant to the provisions of Articles 145 and 151B and 2 of the Constitution and Standing Order 64 and 65, this House resolves to remove from office by impeachment His Excellency Honorable Rigathi Gachagua, EGH, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, on the following grounds. 1, gross violation of Articles 10(2)A and B and C, 27(4), 73(1)A, 2 and B, 75(1)C, 129(2) of the Constitution, and Article 147(1) as read together with Article 131(2)C and D of the Constitution. 2, gross violation of Articles 147(1) and 152(1) of the Constitution by undermining the President and the Cabinet and the effective discharge of the national government executive mandate. 3, gross violation of Articles 6(2), 10(2)A, 174, 186(1), 189(1), and the 4th schedule to the Constitution by undermining devolution. 4, gross violation of Article 161 of the Constitution on the institutional and decisional independence of judges. 5, gross violation of Articles 3.1 and 148(5)(a) of the Constitution on the fidelity to the oath of office and allegiance. 6, serious reasons to believe that His Excellency the Deputy President has committed crimes under Sections 13(1)(a) and 62 of the National Cohesion and Integration Act. 7, serious reasons to believe that His Excellency the Deputy President has committed gross economic crimes under Sections 45(1), 46, 47(a)(3), and 48(1) of the Anti-Corruption and Economic Crimes Act and Sections 2, 3, 4, and 7 of the Proceeds of Crime and Anti-Money Laundering Act. 8, serious reasons to believe that His Excellency the Deputy President has committed crimes by continuously misleading members of the public through false, malicious, divisive, and insightful remarks that are contrary to the provisions of Section 132 of the Penal Code and Section 29 of the Leadership and Integrity Act. 9, gross misconduct that is incompatible with the high calling and dignified status of the office of the Deputy President, a member of the Cabinet and the National Security Council. His Excellency the Deputy President has publicly attacked and undermined the work of the National Intelligence Service and its officers. 10, gross misconduct by openly or publicly insubordinating the President, who is the head of state and government. And 11, gross misconduct by persistently bullying state and public officers. I now direct that the division bell be rung for 5 minutes. Then thereafter, we will go into voting process. As we do so, can the whips give us? Yes, Jeanette?
Mr. Speaker, I propose that only the whips should be allowed to go out of the chambers, Mr. Speaker. The rest should remain seated. Yeah. Only the whips should be allowed to go out, Mr. Speaker. The rest of the members can sit and hold their things on the.
That's the rule. That's the
Good evening. If you're just tuning in, the National Assembly has been debating the special motion by the Honorable Member Mwengi Mutuse on the proposed removal by impeachment of His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. The Honorable Member in the special motion did advance 11 accusations against the Deputy President, and among them his gross violation of Articles 10, Subarticle 2A, B, and C, Article 27, Subarticle 4, Article 73, Subarticle 1A, Article 2B, Article 75, 1C, Article 129, Subarticle 2 of the Constitution, and Article 147, Subarticle 1, as read together with Article 131, Subarticle 2C and D of the Constitution, that the Deputy President has persistently made utterances threatening to discriminate, exclude, and unlawfully deny sections of the people of Kenya and regions of the Republic of Kenya equal opportunities for public service appointments and allocation of public resources. Another charge is that the Deputy President has made unilateral public statements inconsistent with policy positions collectively adopted by the government and contradicted the President on critical matters of governance and the exercise of the President's functions as a symbol of national unity. That His Excellency the Deputy President interfered with the running of Nairobi City County Government by inciting citizens against lawful directives of the county government on the planning and relocation of markets, and publicly disparaging the leadership of the county government and its decisions. Charge 4, that His Excellency the Deputy President has undermined the institutional and decisional independence of a judge through public attacks on a judge of the High Court of Kenya and falsely threatening to file a petition for the removal of the said judge in a matter in which he was a party. Another charge is that the Deputy President breached his oath of office and allegiance on account of the utterances and actions attributed to the Deputy President under grounds 1, 2, and 3. Charge 6, that the Deputy President has persistently made inflammatory, reckless, insightful public utterances over the last 2 years in contravention of the law. Charge 7, that His Excellency the Deputy President has committed gross economic crimes, namely conflict of interest, abuse of office, and conspiracy to commit crimes under sections by inexplicably amassing property estimated at 5.2 billion shillings that is incompatible with his known legitimate income and by trading with the office of the Deputy President through proxies. Another charge is serious reasons to believe that His Excellency the Deputy President has committed crimes by continuously misleading members of the public through false, malicious, divisive, and insightful remarks that are contrary to the provisions of Section 132 of the Penal Code and Section 29 of the Leadership and Integrity Act. Charge 9, gross misconduct that is incompatible with the high calling and dignified status of the office of the Deputy President, a member of the Cabinet and the National Security Council. His Excellency the Deputy President has publicly attacked and undermined the work of the National Intelligence Service and its officers. Charge 10, gross misconduct by openly or publicly insubordinating the President, who is the head of state and government, and Charge 11, gross misconduct by persistently bullying state and public officers. The Deputy President was some minutes after 5 p.m. given the opportunity by the National Assembly to defend himself against these 11 allegations that have been leveled in this special motion which the members of the National Assembly have been debating today. And right now, the respective leadership in the House is whipping members to come into the chambers to allow the division to proceed. Remember that this requires more than 200 or at least 233 members of the National Assembly voting in affirmative, and they will be doing so through a roll call. Standing Order 65 Standing Order 65
Honorable members, take your seats. Whips, you are satisfied your members are all in the House? Take your seats. Okay. You have 2 minutes. Members who are on their feet, take your seats. Thank you.
Standing Order 65 of the National Assembly provides for the procedure for removal of the Deputy President. And it says that where a member proposes the removal of the Deputy President on the grounds of physical or mental incapacity in terms of Article 150, Sub-Article 1A of the Constitution, Standing Order 63, which talks about procedure for removal of President on grounds of incapacity, shall, with necessary modifications, apply. You'll
have to do something about these mics. Take your seats, honorable members. Osoro and Millie, are all your troops in the house? I want to draw the bar. Draw the bar. Take your seats. Honorable members, you may take your seats now. Honorable Dani Wanyama, take your seat. Honorable Minority Whip, take your seat. Honorable members, I have been given the following as whips, as tellers. For the ayes, the Honorable Zaire Janda MP and the Honorable Jared Okello MP. For the nays, the Honorable Onesmus Ngogoyo and Honorable Jane Njeri. You may come forward and join the clerks at the table. Now the voting order, the voting will be as follows. Order. We will start by calling out the Honorable Samal, member for Isiolo. Is it West? Isiolo North. You all know Honorable Samal has a condition and he needs to be assisted. So the clerk and the tellers will go to where he is. The clerk and one on either side go and take Honorable Samal's vote. Once you are done, the constituencies are numbered alphabetically from A to Z. So we'll start with probably Ainamoi is normally the first, and we'll end up with the last. Pardon? Yes. Okay, Njoroge, take the vote of Honorable Samal, Honorable Kosge, and Honorable Wanyonyi. Then go alphabetically for everybody else. And when voting is going on, members, you must remain in your seats. You must remain silent and let the process go on uninterrupted, the same way you have been orderly the whole day. Of course, I put the question, pardon? Yes? Toto has already indicated to the clerks that she'll wait and vote like everybody else. So she's not in a special case. Is Mother Wangara also lactating? I didn't know that. Now, clerk, those who are supporting the motion are voting yes. Those who are not are voting no. The tellers are, as I've told you, for yes, Janda and Okello, for no's, Kasheri and Gogoyo. Clerk, over to you.
Voting starts now. Isiolo North, Lomwa Joseph Samal. Westlands, Wetangula Timothy Wanyonyi. Nominated member, Jackson Kosgei Kipkemoi. One teller the other side. Who will go there?
I, Tim Wanyonyi, Member of Parliament for Westlands, I vote no. I vote yes. I vote yes.
Order, honorable members. He has voted yes. Order.
I, Jackson Kipkemoi Koskei, nominated member of parliament, I vote yes.
Yes. I'll stop them. Yes. You are done with Honorable Samal? He can't talk. Honorable members, for the rest of the members, when your name is called, don't repeat your name. Just vote yes or no. Okay, go ahead, Njoroge.
Ainab Koi, Samuel Chepkonga, Aina Moi, Benjamin Langat, Aldai, Marian Kitani, Alego Usonga, Samuel Atandi, Awendo, John Walter Owino, Bahati, Irene Joki, Balambala, Shurie Abdi Omar, Baringo County, Florence Jamatia, Baringo Central, Joshua Kandie, Baringo North, Joseph Maglap, Baringo South, Charles Cameron, Belgut, Nelson Koech, Bobasi, Innocent Obiri, Bobasi, Innocent Obiri, Bamachoge Borabu, Nolfason Obadia, Bamachoge Chache, Alpha Miruka Ondieki, Bomet County, Linet Chepkorir Toto, Bomet Centro, Richard Cheriot Kilel, Bomet East, Richard Kipkemoi Yegon, Bonchari, Charles Onchoke, Bonchari, Charles Onchoke,
He's voted yes.
Bondo, Gideon Ochanda, Borabu, Patrick Osero, Budalangi Raphael Sauti Bita Wanjala. Bumula Nelson Jack Wamboka. Bungoma Kadri Nanjala Wabilianga. Bura Kuno Yakub Ado. Bureti Kibet Kirui Komingoi. Busia County Omanyo Kadri Nahambi. Omanyo Kadri Nahambi. Butere Nicholas Tindi Mwale. Butula Joseph Oyula. Buuri Muruidhania Rindikiri Mugambi. Central Imenti Moses Nguchine Kirima. Central Imenti Moses Kirima Nguchine. Changamwe Omar Mwinyi. Chebalungu Victor Kipngetich Koech. Cherangani Patrick Simiyu Barasa. Cherangani Patrick Simiyu Barasa. Chesumei Paul Biego. Chuka Iganga Ngombe Patrick Ntuega Munene. Dadab Farama Alim. Dagoretti North Beatrice Elachi. Dagoretti South John Kerry Waweru. Eldama Ravine Musa Sirma. Eldas Adan Kenan. Elgeyo Marakwet County Ngerechei Jepto Caroline. Embakasi Central Gadhiro Majadonk Benjamin. Embakasi East Babu Owino Ongili. Embakasi East Babu Owino Ongili. Embakasi North James Gachagua'S. Embakasi South Julius Mawade. Embakasi West Mark Samuel Mwenje Mureithi. Embakasi West Mark Samuel Mwenje Mureithi. Embu County Double N Pamela Njoki. Mgwen. No. No. Mgwen. Lelmengit Joseph Gipto. Emuhaya Omboko Milemba. Emura Dikir Johanna Ngeno. Endembes Robert Pukose. Fafi Yakub Farah. Funyula Oundo Wilberforce. Galole Said Buya Hiribai Said Poster. Ganze Charo Kenneth Tungule. Garissa County Udgon Amina Siad. Garissa Township Major Deko Baro. Garsen Ali Wario Guyo. Katanga Wakili Mureu. Gatondo North Kururia Njoroge. Gatondo North Kururia Njoroge.
Gatundu South, Gabriel Gaduka Kagombe. Gem, Elisha Odhiambo. Gichugu, Robert Gichimu. Gilgil, Mother Wangari Wanjira. Gilgil, Mother Wangari Wanjira. Gilgil, Mother Wangari Wanjira. Githunguri, Gathoni wa Muchomba. Hamisi, Charles Gumini Gimose. Homa Bay County, Bensuda Joyce Osogo.
Pardon? Take the vote again. Order, Bensuda, utaitwa tena.
Homa Bay Town.
Order, members, order.
Homa Bay Town, George Peter Kaluma. Igembe Central, Daniel Karido Kili. Igembe North, Taitumu Julius. Igembe South, John Paul Mwirigi. Ijara, Abdi Ali Abdi. Ikolomani, Shinali Bernard. Isiolo County, Mumina Bonaya. Isiolo North, Isiolo South, Bidu Tubi Mohammed. Jomvu Badibadi Twalib. Juja George Koimburi. Kabete James Gedua wa Mashukuru. Kabete James Gedua wa Mashukuru. Kabondo Kasipul Ivo Bara. Kabuchai Kalasinga Joseph. Kacheliba Lote Titus. Kacheliba Lote Titus. Kaiti Joshua Kivinda Kimilu. Kaiti Joshua Kivinda Kimilu. Kaiti Joshua Kivinda Kimilu. Kajiado County, Lea Sankaire. Kajiado County, Lea Sankaire. Kajiado Central, Memusi Elijah. Kajiado East, Kakuta Maimai. Kajiado North, Onesimus Ngogoyo. Kajiado South, Parashina Samuel Sakimba. Kajiado West, Sunkuya George. Kakamega County, Elsie Muhanda. Kaloleni, Paul Katana. Kamukonji, Hassan Yusuf. Kamukonji, Hassan Yusuf. Kamukonji, Hassan Yusuf. Kandara Chege Njuguna. Kandui John Makali. Kangema Peter Kihungi. Kagundo Fabian Chule. Kapenguria Samuel Moroto. Kapsaret Oscar Sudi. Kapsaret Oscar Sudi.
Karachuonyo Okwome Andrew Adipo. Kasarani Karauri Ronald Kamwiko. Kasipul Were Charles Ongondo. Kathiani Mbui Robert. Keyo North Korir Adams Kipsanai. Keyo South Kipkoech Gideon Kimayo. Kericho Kemei Beatrice Chemweno. Keses Ruto Julius Kipleting. Keses Kuisero Wangaya Christopher Aseka. Kiamba Wanjiko John Jogona. Kiambu Waidaka John Mashua. Kiambu Waidaka John Mashua.
Kiambu Town. He's not here.
Kiambu Murada Ann Wajiko Mugo. Kibra Orero Peter Ochieng. Kibwezi Mbalu Jessica Nduku Kiko. Kibwezi West Mutuse Ekomas Mwengi. Kieni Wainaina Anthony Njoroge. Kieni Wainaina Anthony Njoroge. Kigumo Munyoro Joseph Kamau. Keharu Nyoro Samson Dindi. Kikuyu Ishungwa Anthony Kemani. Kilgoris Sunkuli Julius Lekakeny. Kilifi Mwanyanje Gertrude Mbeyu. Kilifi North Baya Owen Ya. Kilifi South Kitty Richard Ken Chonga. Kilome Zambia Thaddeus Kethua. Kimilili Mutua Didmas Wekesa Barasa. Kiminini Bisao Morris Kakai. Kinango Rai Samuel Gonzi. Gonzi Rai. Kinangop Thuku Zakari Kwenya. Voted. It's voted. Kipipiri Muhia Wanjiko. Kipkelion East Cheroro Joseph Kimutai. Kipkelion West Hilary Kiplangat Koskei. Kirinyaga Jen Jerry Maina. Kirinyaga Central Gitari Joseph Gashoki. Kirinyaga Central Joseph Gashoki Gitari. Kisauni Bedzimba Rashid Juma. Kisi Donya Doris Aburi. Kisumu Busia Ruth Adhiambo Odinga. Kisumu Central, Oron Joshua Odongo. Kisumu East, Ahmed Shakil Ahmed Shabir. Kisumu West, Rosa Akinyebuyu. Kitui, Irene Modoni Kasalu. Kitui East, Nimrod Midhuka Mbai. Kitui Central, Makali Benson Mulu. Kitui Rural, Mboni David Mwalika. Nyamai Rachel Kaki, Kitui South. Edith Vethi Nyanze, Kitui West. Mokaya Nyakundi Japheth, Kitutu Chache North. We take it from where? I will repeat from Kitui South. Rachel Kaki Nyamai.
She voted.
Yes. Nyanza Edith Vethi.
She voted.
Nyakundi Japheth Mokaya. I vote yes. Kibagendi Anthony. Kitutu Chache South.
Amesema? No. Kibagendi amesema? Kibagendi kama Kibagendi.
Kitutu Chache South, Kibagendi Anthony. Clive, Kitutu Masabak, Clive Ombane Gisairo. Konoin, Brighton Leonard Yegon. Kuresoi North, Mutai Alfred Kibrono. Kuresoi North. Okay. Joseph Kipkoske Tanui, Kuresoi South. Okay. Kuria East, Masairo Marwa Kitayama. Kuria West, Robi Matthias Nyamabe. Kwale, Masito Fatuma Hamisi. Kwanza, Wanyonyi Ferdinand Kevin. Lafi, Abdurrahman Mohammed Abdi. Lakdera, Mohammed Abdikadir Hussein. Laikipia, Jane Wangeshi Kagiri. Laikipia East, Festus Mwangi Kionjuri. Laikipia North, Sarah Paulata Korere. Ndio. Laikipia West, Stephen Washira Karani. Laisamis, Joseph Lekuton. Lamu, Monica Mudoni Marufu. Lamu East, Obor Weida Muhammad. Lamu West, Modama Stanley Moiruri. Langata, Felix Odiwor Kode. Kahangara, Larry, Joseph Mburu Kahangara. Likoni, Mishi Juma Hamisi Mboko. Likuyani, Innocent Maino Mugabe. Limuru, John Kiragu Shege. Loima, Akuja Protas Ewesit. Luanda, Dick Maungu Oyugi. Thank you. Nabi Nabwera Daraja Lugari. Lunga Chiforomondo Mangale Munga. Lurambi Titus Hamala Mkhwana. Mara Jafet Miriti Kareke Mbyuki. Machakos Joyce Kamene. Machakos Town, Caleb Mutiso Mule. Okay. Yeah, but George Aladwa Omwera Makadara. Makueni Kiamba Susan Ndunge. Makueni Women Rep Mumo Rose Museo. Absent. Can I repeat? Makueni Mumo Rose Museo. Malava Moses Malulu Injendi. Malindi Amina Laura Munyazi. Mandera North Abdullahi Bashir Sheikh. Mandera Umul Kasim Sheikh. Mandera East Abdurrahman Hussein Wetan Muhammad. Mandera South Abdul Ibrahim Haro. Mandera West Yusuf Adan Haji. Manyata John Gitonga Mwaniki Mukunji. Maragwa Mary Wamaua Waidira Njoroge. Marakwet East David Kangogo Bowen. Marakwet West Timothy Kipchumba Toroitich. Marsabit Naomi Jilo Wako. Masinga Mwalio Joshua Mbithi Mutua. Masinga Joshua Mbithi Mutua Mwalio. Matayos Geoffrey Makoha Modanga. Madare Anthony Oluoch. Madioya Edwin Mugo Gishoki. Okay. Madira Kahugu Eric Mwangi. Matuga Tandaza Kasim Sawa. Okay. Matungu Nabulindo Peter Oscar. Is there? Yeah, Tandaza is there. Can I repeat Matuga? Matuga Tandaza Kasim Sawa. Okay, asante. Matungulu Mule Stephen Mutinda. Mavoko Kingola Patrick Makau. Mbere North Geoffrey Kariuki Kiringa. Mbere South Nebat Bernard Murioki. Mbooni Nzioka Erastus Kivasu. Meru Kailemia Elizabeth Karab. Migori Mohammed Fatuma Zainab. Mogotio Kiborek Ruben. Moiben Phyllis Jepkemoy Barto. Molo Francis Kuria Kimani. Mombasa Zamzam Muhammad Chimba. Mosob Abraham Kipsang Kirwa. Moyale Jaldesa Guyo Wako. Msambweni Jaldesa. Okay, capture, thank you. Msambweni Badr Salim Faisal. Mount Elgon Fred Kapondi Chesebe. Muhoroni James Onyango Oyo. Mukorweini Gishoi Kagusha John Philip. Mumias East Salasia Peter Kalerwa. Mumias West Naika Johnson Manya. Moranga Betty Njeri Maina. Mvita Mohamed Saud Machele. Mwala Musaum Vincent Musioka. Okay, okay, done. Mwatate Peter Mbogo Shake. Peter Mbogo Shake. Thank you. Mwea Mary Maingi. Mwingi Central Gideon Muteme Muliungi. Mwingi North Paul Musimi Nzengu. Mwingi West Charles Ngusi Anguna. Nairobi City Esther Mudhoni Pasaris. Naivasha Kihara Jane Wanjiru Njeri. Nakuru Chelule. Can I repeat Naivasha? Kihara Jane Wanjiru Njeri. Nakuru Liza Chepkorir Chelule. Nakuru Town East Gikaria David. Nakuru Town West Arama Samuel. Nambale Mulanya Geoffrey Ekesa. Nandi Cynthia Chepkoske Muge. Nandi Hills Bernard Kibor Kitur. Narok Rebecca Nonaishi Tonke. Narok East Lemanken Aramat. Narok North Agnes Mantaine Pareye. Narok South Olentutu Kitilai. Narok West Gabriel Koshal Tongoyo. Navaholo Emmanuel Wangwe. Ndaragwa Gachagua George N. Ndiwa Martin Peter Sowino. Ndia GK George Masharia Kariuki. Njoro Charity Katambi Chepkwony. North Hor Guyo Adi Wario. North Imenti Abdul Rahim Dawood. North Mogirango Joash Nyamache Nyamoko. Nyakach Joshua Aduma War. Nyali Mohammed Ali Mohammed. Nyamira Jerusha Momanyi Mongina.
Mohammed Ali is here.
Yes, he's voted. He's voted. I repeat, Nyamira Jerusha Momanyi Mongina. Thank you. Nyandarua Gitao Faith Wairemo. Nyando Okelo Jared Odoyo.
Nyando votes yes.
Yaribari Chache Zahid Janda.
Yes.
Yaribari Masaba Daniel Ogwoka Manduku. Nyatike Tom Boya Odege. Nyeri Rahab Mukami Washira. Nyeri Town Duncan Maina Madenge. Oljororok Moshira Michael Mwangi. Olkalau David Juguna Kiaraho. Odaya Michael Wambogo Wainaina. Pokot South David Losiakau Kosing. Rabai Mupe Anthony Nkenga. I have been asked to repeat Pokot South.
He said yes.
Pokot South, Kosing David Losiakau. Thank you. Rabai Anthony Kenga Mupe. Rangwe Gogo Linian Achieng. Rarieda Amolo Paul Otiende. Rongai Paul Kibet Chebor. Rongo Paul Abur. Roysambu Agustin Kamade Mwafrika. Ruaraka Francis Kajwang Tom Joseph. Roiro Kingara Simon Nganga. Runyenjes Karemba Eric Muchangi Njiru. Sabatia Sloya Clement Logova. Saboti Caleb Amisi Luyai. Saku Raso Dido Ali. Samburu Pauline Lenguris. Samburu East Jackson Lekumuntare Lentoijoni. Samburu North Dominic Eli Letipila. Samburu West Josephine Naisula Lesuda. Seme James Wambura Nyikal. Shinyalu Frederick Lusuli Ikana. Siaya Odwor Christine Ombaka. Sigor Peter Lochakapong. Sigor Awetsoin Justice Kipsang Kemei. Sirisia John Waluke Koi. Sotik Francis Kipiegon Arab Sige. South Imenti Idinji Shadrach Mwiti. South Mogirango Onyego Silvana Sosoro. Soy David Kiplagat. Starehe Maina Mwago Amos. Suba North Millie Grace Akoto Diambo. Suba South Karoli Omondi. Subukia Kashobe Samuel Kenudia. Suna East Mohammed Junaid Sheikh Nu. Suna West Peter Francis Masara. Taita Taveta Lydia Haika Mnene Mizigi. Tana River Amina Dika Abdullahi. Tarbaj Hussein Abdibare. Taveta John Okano Buire. Teso North Edward Kaunya Oku. Teso South, can I repeat Teso North? Oku Edward Kaunya. Thank you. Teso North, Oku Edward Kaunya.
Yeah, he has voted.
Sorry, Teso South, Otucho Mary Emase. Tetu, Geoffrey Wandeto Mwangi. Daraka, Murugara George Gitonga. Daraka Nithi, Susan Ngugi Nduyo. Thika Town, Nganga Alice Wamboi. Tiati, William Kamket Kasait. Tigania East, Lawrence Purwaburi. Tigania West, John Kanwidhia Motunga. Tinderet, Julius Melikibiwot. Tongaren, John Murumba Chikati. Trans-Nzoia, Lilian Chebet-Siyoy. Tarbo, Janet Chepkemboy Sitiene. Turkana, Cecilia Asinyen Gitit. Turkana Central, Joseph Namwar Emathe. Turkana East, Nicholas Ngikor Nixon Ngikolong. Turkana North, Paul Ekwom Nabuin.
Is there?
Yeah. Okay. Turkana South, John Ariko Namoit. Turkana West, Daniel Epuyo Nanok. Wasingishu, Gladys Chepkoskei Boss. Ugenya, Ochieng David Ouma. Uriri, Nyamita Mark Ogola. Vihiga, Kagesi Kivai Ernest Ogesi. Vihiga, Adagala Beatrice Kahai. Voi, Hamis Chome Abdi. Wajir, Fatuma Abdi Jeho. Wajir West, Aden Daudi Muhammad. Wajir North, Ibrahim Abdi Sane. Wajir South, Muhammad Aden Ado. Wajir West, Yusuf Muhammad Farah. Webuye East, Martin Pepela Wanyoni. Webuye West, Daniel Wanyamasitati. West Mogirango, Mogaka Stephen. West Pokot, Rael Chepkemoy Kasiwai. Westlands, Timothy.
He is already voted.
Oh, sorry, we have done that, sorry. Undanyi, Mwakuona Danson Mwashako. Basil Robert Ngui Yata. Yata.
Is he here?
Ali Abdisirat Khalif. Sabina Wanjiru Shege. Joseph Hamisi Dena. My vote, yes. Joseph Hamisi Dena. Okay. Suleka Hulbale Harun. Dorothy Mudoni Kiara. Joseph Wainaina Iraya. Irene. Joseph Wainaina Iraya.
He's voted.
Okay. Yes. Irene Nyakerario Mayaka. Umulher Harun Muhammad. Teresia Wanjiro Mwangi. No. Abubakar Ahmed Tali. Yeah. Abubakar Tali. Thank you.
You finished? Honorable members, order. Is there any member present who has not had his or her name called out?
Is there?
Yes.
Good evening. You are watching the sitting of the National Assembly this evening, where the members have been voting on the proposed impeachment of the Deputy President, Rigathi Gachagua. It was through a roll call as directed by the Speaker of the National Assembly. And what is currently happening is that the tallying of the votes is underway, and thereafter the pronouncement will be made as to how the members of the National Assembly voted this evening. This special motion was moved by the Honorable Member Mwengi Mutuse, and in that special motion he did list 11 grounds on the reasons as to why the Deputy President, Rigathi Gachagua, should be impeached as Kenya's second in command. The Member of Parliament cited gross violation of various articles, and also he did cite serious reasons to believe that the Deputy President has committed gross economic crimes under Section 45, subsection 1, Section 46, Section 47A3, and Section 48(1) of the Anti-Corruption and Economic Crimes Act, and Section 2, 3, 4, and 7 of Proceeds of Crime and Anti-Money Laundering Act. Those are some of the reasons that the Honorable Member believes that this House should take serious consideration of this special motion to dismiss the Deputy President, who we did hear from this evening between 5 and 7 when he appeared before the National Assembly and made his case, defending himself against accusations that have been leveled against him. And in a couple of minutes, we will hear the results of this division, this historic constitutional moment for the country. And all that you will watch live courtesy of the Parliamentary Broadcasting Unit in conjunction with the Kenya Broadcasting Corporation. The National Assembly was guided by the standing orders, the procedure for removal of the Deputy President, where a member proposes the removal of the Deputy President on the grounds of physical or mental incapacity in terms of Article 150, Sub-Article 1A of the Constitution, Standing Order 63, which talks about the procedure for removal of President on grounds of incapacity shall, with necessary modifications, apply. And Part 2 of the Standing Order 65, where a member proposes to impeach the Deputy President in terms of Article 150, Sub-Article 1B of the Constitution, Standing Order 64, procedure for removal of President by impeachment shall apply with necessary modifications. So the members have been debating, and we will hear the result of this process anytime from now. Standing Order 64 of the National Assembly provides for the procedure for removal of President by impeachment. Now, the Standing Order 65 borrows heavily from Standing Order 64, and these procedures, they're quite a number, and some of them have been used in this business that the National Assembly began in the morning, and the culmination of it will be heard any time from now. And if you can see on your screen, the Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly, Honorable Gachagua'S, has taken the seat, and that means that she will perhaps be the one who will make the announcement after the tabulation and the tallying of the votes that has concluded, been done. The number required to vote in affirmative, according to the provisions of the Constitution, is 233 members. That is the threshold required to impeach the Deputy President. And there the Speaker has returned. The Deputy Speaker had been holding fort briefly, and anytime from now, the Speaker will call for the announcement of the votes. which are currently being verified. It was a requirement that voting be done via roll call, and any moment from now we will be hearing the result of that roll call. And just a quick recap of the 11 grounds which were outlined by the Honorable Member Mwengi Mutuse. That one, the Deputy President has persistently made utterances threatening to discriminate, exclude and unlawfully deny sections of the people of Kenya and regions of the Republic of Kenya equal opportunities for public service appointment and allocation of public resources. Ground 2, the Deputy President has made unilateral public statements inconsistent with policy positions collectively adopted by the government and contradicted the President on critical matters of governance and the exercise of the President's functions as a symbol of national unity. Ground 3, that His Excellency the Deputy President interfered with the running of Nairobi City County Government by inciting citizens against the lawful directives of the county government on the planning and relocation of markets and publicly disparaging the leadership of the county government and its decisions. Count 4, gross violation of Article 160, Sub-Article 1 of the Constitution on the institutional and decisional independence of judges. That His Excellency the Deputy President has undermined institutional and decisional independence of a judge through public attacks on a judge of the High Court of Kenya and falsely threatening to file a petition for the removal of the said judge in a matter in which he was a party. Number 5, that His Excellency the Deputy President breached his oath of office and allegiance on account of the utterances and actions attributed to the Deputy President under grounds 1, 2, and 3. And count 6, serious reasons to believe that His Excellency the Deputy President has committed crimes under Section 13(1)(a) and Section 62 of the National Cohesion and Integration Act. That His Excellency the Deputy President has persistently made inflammatory, reckless, and insightful public utterances over the last 2 years in contravention of the law. Charge 7, serious reasons to believe that His Excellency the Deputy President has committed gross economic crimes under Sections 45(1), Section 46, Section 47(a)(3), and Section 48(1) of the Anti-Corruption and Economic Crimes Act, and Section 2, Section 3, Section 4, and Section 7 of the Proceeds of Crime and Anti-Money Laundering Act. That His Excellency, the Deputy President, has committed gross economic crimes, namely conflict of interest, abuse of office, and conspiracy to commit crimes under sections by inexplicably amassing property estimated at 5.2 billion shillings, that is incompatible with his known legitimate income, and by trading with the office of the Deputy President through proxies. Charge 8, serious reasons
Order, honorable members. Give me that. Give me this. Order. Order. Osoro. Order. Order. Congratulations. Order. Yes. Order, members. Take your seats. Order. Angol, take your seat. Order, members, take your seats. Yeah, I know. Yes. Where's the adjournment note? Order, members, order. Take your seats. Order, honorable members, take your seats for the tellers. Take your seats. Honorable members, Haika, take your seat. Aburi, take a seat. Tongoyos, take your seat. Take your seats, members. All is well that ends well. You have been very orderly, and I must salute you. Tell us, you may now approach the chair and announce the results.
Honorable Speaker, based on the responsibility you bestowed on me, Jared Okello, MP for Nyando, Zahir Janda, Honorable Onesmus Ngogoyo, and Honorable Njeri Maina, we are here to declare the results as follows, Honorable Speaker. The nays, 44. Abstentions, 1. And the ayes, 281.
Come forward. Order. Take your seats. Order, members, order. The House is still in session. Tellers, take your seats. Bensouda, take your seat. Order, members, order. Members, the results of the division on the motion are as follows. Abstentions, 1. The noes, 44. The ayes, 281. So the ayes have it. And the results brought to the Speaker are duly signed by all the 4 nominated tellers. Honourable members, I have a short communication following that. Before. Order. The House is still in session. I have the following communication to make, honourable members, before we open the bar. On the decision of the National Assembly, on the special motion on the proposed removal from office by impeachment of His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. Honorable members, as I had guided the House earlier in today's sitting, Article 145(2) of the Constitution sets a threshold of at least 2/3 of the members of the National Assembly to vote in support of a special motion for proposed removal by impeachment of the Deputy President of the Republic for the motion to be carried. According to the results of the division on the motion that I've just declared, a total of 281 members, being more than 2/3 of the members of the National Assembly, have voted in support of the motion. Article 145(2)(a) of the Constitution provides that, I quote, If a motion under clause 1 is supported by at least 2/3 of all members of the National Assembly, the Speaker shall inform the Speaker of the Senate of the resolution within 2 days. In this regard, I'll proceed to discharge the singular duty placed on me by Article 145 2B of the Constitution and under which to notify the Speaker of the Senate of the resolution of the National Assembly. The clerk is directed to prepare the necessary documentations to accompany the resolution. The House will resume tomorrow, Wednesday, 9th October 2024, at 9:30 a.m. to resume with the regular business as scheduled by the House Business Committee. I thank you. Members, will you now be upstanding? Draw the bar. Draw the bar. Open the doors. Order, honorable members. Order. Order. Order, members. The House will now be adjourned until tomorrow, 9:30 a.m.